Hello everyone and welcome to my channel and today's flow, which is really funky and quite a powerful one. We'll start straight away at the top of the mat, so you can come and stand feet around hip width distance apart from each other, and then just find that grounding through the feet. Maybe you roll your shoulders back to get length in the spine, finding a slight engagement through the core to find that long line from the heels to the crown of the head. Maybe you close your eyes for just a moment as we take a few breaths here to land. Letting yourself arrive here into your body. Feeling the sensations there and also feeling the air moving in and out. Expanding the rib cages, maybe expanding the belly. And then exhale, fully empty the lungs. Good. With our next inhale, we're going to reach our arms all the way overhead. So take a big inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, we're going to fold over the legs. Fingertips can come onto the mat. Then we'll lift halfway, lengthen, looking forward. Exhale, fold over. Good. We'll do that once more. So lengthen, gazing forward, long spine. And then as you exhale, you can plant your hands onto the mat, step into a plank pose, and we'll go through a vinyasa straight away, either with your knees down on the mat or lifted. Upward facing dog or cobra. And finally, push back into a downward facing dog. Good. Take a few breaths here, finding space, finding some movement in the body. See how that feels in this first down dog of our practice today. You can let the neck relax, keep pushing both hands evenly in towards the mat, maybe guiding the heels towards the mat as well. Well done. From here, we're going to bend our knees coming onto our tiptoes, so we come into a sort of crouching position. Keep pushing the mat away from you really actively, so we've got a long spine, long arms, hips pushing back. Good. And then from here, as we inhale, we're going to move forward into a plank shape. Now you can either ground your knees on the mat or keep them lifted. We're going to go for a chaturanga and then push back up and into that crouching position at the back of the mat again. Good. We'll do that twice more. So move forward, either with the knees down or lifted, push up, and then back into your crouching position. And we'll do that once more. Now, once you've dropped halfway, we're going to pull through upward facing dog or cobra, open through the heart, and then downward facing dog. Well done. Take a few breaths there. Quite a strong start, especially for the upper body. Good. And then from here, we're going to crouch again, so coming onto your tiptoes, bend through the knees. And now can you kick your right heel towards the right glute, so that you're basically just in a three-legged dog, but quite a funky one. Good. And then from here, keep hugging the right knee in as we move forwards towards a plank pose, and then step your right foot forward. Good. We're going to come all the way up into a high lunge position, reach up through the arms. And as you exhale, can you land here? Maybe sinking a little bit deeper. Good. Take another inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, we start to move our upper body forward, growing lighter on the left toes, and then lifting all the way up into a warrior three. Reaching the fingertips forward, left leg back. Maybe you flex at the ankle. Good. And then from here, start to slowly hug your left knee in towards the chest, pressing all the way up into a standing position with the left knee hugging in. Good. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to bend to the right knee. Keep the left knee hugging in so much that you arrive in a chair pose. So both knees bent, and now both feet meet the mat. Take an inhale here, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Good. We lengthen the spine, look forward. And then exhale, bring your hands onto the mat. Step or hop back into a plank and move through a vinyasa of your choice again. Remembering you always have the freedom to choose what kind of a vinyasa you move through, or if you move through one at all. Well done. We're moving to the other side. So we'll start by coming onto the tiptoes and then crouching back, hips moving towards the back of the mat, long spine. Good. Kicking the left heel in towards the left glute, we're going to move forward, hugging the left knee in, and then step it forward between the hands. Rise up from here, coming into your high lunge position. And then as you exhale, settle a little bit deeper. Good. Take another inhale here to lengthen. As we exhale, start to move your weight forward, growing lighter in the right toes, and then lift the leg all the way up, coming into your warrior three. Good. You can keep the left knee slightly bent or straighten it out entirely. We'll start to hug our right knee in towards the chest and then press up from here, coming all the way up to standing. Take an inhale. We'll start to tilt forward through the upper body slightly as we bend the left knee. Keep the right leg hugging in towards the chest and then arrive into your chair pose. Long arms, long spine. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, fold over the legs. Halfway lift, lengthen. And then place your hands onto the mat. Step back into a plank pose. And then through a vinyasa. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath here. In and out. Good. We'll go through a similar sequence again. We'll start in a very similar way, but then add on a little bit as we go. So you can come onto your tiptoes again, crouching towards the back of the mat. Good. Then keep your right knee hugging in towards the chest as you move the heel towards the glute. And then from here, transitioning forward, the knee comes with you, and then step the foot between the hands. Good, grounding down through the feet, we rise all the way up into our high lunge. Good, lengthen through the arms. Take an inhale. As you exhale, drop your right hand down all the way to the back of the left thigh and twist here, reaching your left fingertips up and over, maybe even gazing up. Good, lengthen for one more inhale. As you exhale, keep the twist, bringing your hands to heart center. We're going to start to move our weight forward so that the left elbow meets the right knee. And then we twist here. Maybe you gaze over the right shoulder. Keep pressing the right foot down and then the palms against each other. Good. From here, we're going to undo the twist. You can keep your hands at heart center and start to move your weight forward. So the left toes grow lighter and we come into a warrior three. You can extend your arms overhead, find length here. And then hug your left knee in towards the chest, rise all the way up, reach up through the arms, take an inhale. As you exhale, start to tilt forward, keeping your left knee close to the chest, and then start to bend the right knee so that the left toes meet the mat. We come into our chair pose. Take an inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, hands come to heart center, and then we twist towards the right. So left elbow comes onto the right knee. You can gaze over the right shoulder again. Just arrive here with your exhale. Good. Then we're going to start to bring more weight onto our right foot. Can you sneak the left toes off the mat, hugging the left heel in towards the glute, and then from here with control, stepping back into a lunge position, still twisting. Good. Take an inhale, twist a little bit deeper, and land here with the exhale. Good. Then we'll undo the twist. You can rise all the way up, reach up through the arms, and then as you exhale, can you tap your left knee to the mat, and then inhale, reach up again, straightening out through the back leg, and then exhale, tap, inhale, lift up. Good. We'll tap the left knee to the mat, but now staying there in your low lunge position. You can undo the toes behind you, reach up through the fingertips. Find a stretch here in the left hip flexor. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, start to straighten out through the right leg. We're going to move our left hand towards the left heel. At this point, you can tuck the toes under if you like. You can also alternatively bring your left hand to the lower back or maybe towards the side of the mat. See which feels best. We're going to start to open up through here. Reach your right arm up. Good. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll bring our arms all the way around to the top of the mat. You can bend the right knee. Press both hands down. And then we're going to step into a plank pose. And then from there, bring your knees to hover over the mat. Taking a few breaths here. Can you breathe as you engage through the core, as you keep pressing the mat away from you? Good. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, push the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath in and then out. So we've got one more side to go of that pretty powerful sequence. So coming onto your tiptoes, we bend the knees, tummy moves close to the thighs, and the hips move back. Good. And then from here, left heel in towards the left glute, keep the knee hugging in, and then move forward, bring the knee with you, and step it forward. Good. Press both feet down as you rise up. And then as you exhale, land here. Good. Take another inhale to lengthen. And then as you exhale, drop your left hand down to the back of the right thigh. Right arm reaches over. Good. Well done. Take an inhale to lengthen. As we exhale, we keep the twist, but we bring our hands to heart center and then start to tilt forward so that your right elbow meets the right knee. Good. Maybe you gaze up as you press your hands firmly together. Good. Take an inhale here. And then undo the twist. You can keep your hands at heart center. Good. Really pressing the left heel down, feeling the left glute fire up. And then we'll start to grow lighter in the right toes, coming into your warrior three. Maybe you keep the left leg completely straight, or you bend into it. Perhaps you reach your arms overhead. Good. Take an inhale here. And then start to hug your right knee in towards the chest and reach all the way up. Good. The knee comes with you. Take an inhale, lengthen. And then start to tilt forward again through the upper body, hugging the right knee in, and then start to bend through the left knee, placing the right knee down. Good. Arriving in your chair pose, take an inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And then we twist towards the left. Right elbow onto the left knee. Keep pressing your palms against each other to find that twist. And then settle here. Good. We'll start to move more weight onto our left foot. Can you sneak the right foot off the mat and hug the heel towards the glute? Good. And then from here, start to slowly move the right leg back, coming into your lunge. Well done. Still twisting. Take an inhale. And then we release our twist as we exhale, rising all the way up. Arms reach up. Good. Inhale here for length. As you exhale, tap your right knee onto the mat. And then lift it up again. And then tap it down. And lift it up again. And now we tap the right knee down, keeping it there. And then maybe you sink for a moment into your low lunge, finding a nice stretch for the right hip flexor. Good. And then rising up from here, we're going to straighten out through the left leg. And then we'll start to move our right hand back, maybe towards the right heel or onto the mat. You can also tuck the right toes under, reaching the left arm over. This might be a tricky one for balance. Can you keep pressing the left foot down for support? Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you can circle round through the side, bend into the left knee, bring your fingertips down. Good. Press the palms down. You can step back into a plank pose, and then from there, bring the knees to hover. Good. Keep breathing. Well done. Final inhale. And then as you exhale, hips move back. Downward facing dog. Well done. Take a full breath in. And then empty the lungs as you exhale. Good. And then from here, we're going to release our knees down onto the mat. Sit back into a child's pose. Forehead can meet the mat. Taking a few breaths here. Allow the breath to calm down. Allow it to return to a more grounded rhythm. Good. And then you can roll the spine all the way up. We're going to bring our legs just in front of us, so you can shuffle them around. And then bring your right heel towards the right glute. Left leg can remain straight. And then we'll simply lean back from here. So just coming into a very simple stretch for the right quad. You can bend your left knee if you like. Maybe you come down onto the forearms. Maybe you even come down onto your back. See what feels good for the right quad. And taking a few deep breaths here as we slow down pretty quick after that strong sequence. Good. And then you can rise up. We'll switch around. So simply right leg lengthens out, left knee bends. You can keep the right knee bent straight away as well if you like, and then see which depth you want to sink into in this pose. Pressing the left glute down to find more length in the left quad, and breathe. Good. And then we rise up from here. We're going to release the left leg and then find a wide-legged position through the legs. So opening them out wide, not too wide, but so that maybe you feel something in the inner thighs. And also we don't want to open them out too wide because that often makes our pelvis turn forward, and we don't want that. So what we want is a really long lower back. We want to feel our sitting bones on the mat, and then from that position we can start to fold over. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Even staying up here might be a really big stretch already. So go with what feels good right now. And then start to soften into that shape. Feel the low back lengthen, moving the belly button towards the mat instead of massively rounding through the upper back. And take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, you can roll the spine back up. We'll bring our feet together. You can scoot forward. And then from here, simply find your way onto the mat, lying down. We're going to open the knees out, keeping the soles of the feet together, so arriving into Supta Padangusthasana. So I'll give you the option of doing Shavasana in a Supta Padangusthasana, so in this shape. Alternatively, if you like, you can also straighten out the legs and do Shavasana in the traditional Shavasana pose. If you're in Supta Padangusthasana, you can bring one hand onto your belly, one hand to your heart center. You can do that even if your legs are straight. And then start to soften here. Maybe you feel the knees moving towards the mat as they drape open, as your hips and your thigh muscles relax. Can you soften the core as well? Feeling the shoulders melting down. The neck is long and relaxed, and the face softens. And then we take some time here in Shavasana, just returning to your own body, your own breath, and this moment. You can then guide a deeper inhale in through the nose, then side out. Take another one like that. Fill the lungs up. Now open the mouth. Release the air out. Well done. You can maybe extend your arms overhead. If you've still got the legs in Supta Pada Konasana, you might want to bring the knees in and maybe lengthen the legs out. Stretch the whole body long. And then maybe it feels good to hug the knees in towards the chest as well. You can gently sway from side to side. And then finally dropping onto one side. And from there, we'll find our seated posture on our mat again. Maybe cross-legged, maybe another shape. Can you find a long spine? Drop the shoulders away from the ears. The back of the neck is long too. So keeping the face soft, eyes softly closed. Just taking a few breaths, a few moments in this space after your practice. Just feeling all of the sensations that have come up due to that movement and that practice. Allow yourself to sit with them before moving on with your day. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands to heart center and then finally bow your head towards the hands. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope it was enjoyable for you. If you're interested, I've attached a link to a guide for creating a really intentional morning routine. So if you'd like to grab that, just click the link below and you'll receive it in your email. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to practice with me. Leave me a thumbs up and a comment in the comment section, letting me know what you think of the flows, if there's any specific kind of practice you'd like, so I can try to kind of factor those in to my next videos. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.